What's going on, man? Welcome back to the basement. I'm Ron, and we are here early for a change. I scheduled this for 9:15. I got here at 9:13. I want my credit for that, but today we are gathered here for yet another draft on Underdog. As always, if you want to draft with us, we are drafting every single night, so make sure you're subscribed, make sure you like the stream, make sure if you're not already on Underdog, you change that and use promo code RON. And when you play $5 across any contest, any pick'em, you get $50 in bonus funds when you use promo code RON. I have links in the description, comment section down below, pinned in the live chat. Let's not waste any more time, and let's hop straight into a Best Ball Mania draft. I got to be honest, I'm starting to feel the heat. I'm trying to get to 150. I will say, let's just make sure that I'm... Ooh, all right, we're going to have to make some of these picks in a little bit. We're going to have to make some of these picks. All right, that's fine. We'll make some picks after the first draft. Best Ball Mania, where are you at? Did I miss it? What's going on here? I was about to say, dude, if Best Ball Mania filled, I was going to jump off a cliff. All right, let's hop right in. Please, anything but the 12 spot. Anything but the 12 spot. Please. 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 No. No, no, no. No, no, no. I mean... I don't even... All right. We're just in the 12 spot, man. We're just in the 12 spot. Here we go. This is where we make a living. I was going to find something to hang myself with, and then I thought better of it. But that's just insane. I've had enough of the 12 spot, dude. This is 3 drafts in a row now. We're doing the 12 spot. That's it. That's it. I'm eating this entire thing of men's multivitamins. I'm taking it to the dome. I can't do it. All right. We'll just draft the same freaking team for the 3rd time in a row. Here we go. Cannot wait. Excited it to fruition. That's, I guess I spoke, but I just wanted anything but. I said this was an S tier draft. This is not S tier. This is not how we start S tier. All right. Whatever. Whatever. Good vibes only. Good vibes only. We got Peppertoni in here. We got Cole Bryant in here. We got Lake Duchesne, Steve Pavia. We got some familiar faces in here. Stu Savelli. What's up, Mr. August? What's going on? Pick 7 Neighbors decent. That is too high for me personally. I think I have him ranked right now in my rankings 14th overall. Damn. End the stream, yeah. All right. I'll see y'all tomorrow. 0.6% chance of getting 12 3 times in a row. God. All right. My goat, they're saying it should have been you in the Flock League over Nathan. No. I'm going to be in your idiot league mates. That's going to be fun with the BDG guys. I'm going to be in there. Trust. It's going to be great. All those guys are great in their own way. I will say 5th round Judkins is fucking insane. For an expert league, that is nuts, but to each his own. To each his own. We'll see. We'll see how it all plays out. You're in the 4 spot. We got some heads in here. We got you in the 4 spot. Who else is in this draft with us? Definitely sending a strongly worded email now. All right, let's see. Damn it. We're going to do the same thing we just did. We're going to go Genty Brian Thomas Jr. And it is funny, once again, yes, I have a video that is actually still getting views about the players I'm fading. Genty was one of them. But on Underdog, where I can get him in the 2nd round, I'm fine with him. It's really just in home leagues where he's been creeping up to like this 107, 108, 109 area that I've been passing on him. But I will say I moved him up my rankings as well. I feel like I keep having to defend the Genty stuff because it's it's tough when you make those like, okay, these are the players I'm not drafting in the early rounds. You kind of stamp your face to like, this is a guy I'm not drafting. But after the Achane injury, you move up Genty. And on Underdog, he's actually kind of fairly priced. We got Jeff in here. Caught alive. Usually watch after the fact. What's up, RQ? What's up? What's up? What's the Rashee Rice suspension looking like? It's tough. Schefter then came... The Rashee Rice stuff is insane. Schefter then came on a podcast today, kind of like hinting that it could be like more like 4 to 5 games, but the NFL wants 10. But like Rashee and his camp really want less than that. And like maybe they meet in the middle somewhere. Maybe there's a chance that they just settle before the season even starts and he just serves the 6-game suspension we kind of previously thought. So for me, I'm still taking him at the 5-6 turn. Preferably in the 6th round, Rashee Rice, where it's just like there's just a really wide range of outcomes. And I think that at that point, when you're looking at receivers like Olave and, Jacoby Myers, whatever, at that point, you just take Rashee Rice and kind of live with whatever happens. Another 12 spot. Do you really think CMC is draftable? I have him as my 7 right now, yeah. Yeah, 5th round Nugget, Judkins was nuts. But I take Henry over Achane with the injury concern. In half PPR, I would think about it. In half PPR, you could sell me on it. But in full PPR, probably not. Finally caught alive. What's up? How are we? I take Henry over Achane regardless. We keep fading Henry every year. Is that an actual human being? I have a hard time in full PPR taking him over Achane or even like Drake London and AJ Brown, but I get it. This room is wild. Wow. JT. All right. I got to start commentating on the drafts more often. I feel like you guys don't yell at me enough for that. I kind of just like wait around. Then my pick comes. I'll make my picks. But outside of that, I don't really. Because like really, this guy taking JT here doesn't really affect me in any way. Me being at the turn especially. But JT over Derrick Henry and Achane was pretty wild. Tyreek pulled up into the 3rd round is pretty wild. Nothing else really sticks out, though, outside of that. I did get 12 again. I did. Am I crazy for liking Amon-Ra St. Brown and Nakua more than CD? Yeah, you are. I can't. I'd be open to taking CD as high as 102. Once you win that 1 mil, don't forget about us? Nah. I'm going to blow up and act like I don't know nobody. Yeah, it's a beautiful A.J. Brown. Wow, Xavier Worthy at the 31. Okay. That's where we're at. Jumped in my first live. What's up? Yeah, I mean, the 12 spot, it's brutal. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, Sky Moore goes to the Niners, which is a weird... There's like a ton of trades that happened today that were all like very inconsequential, but... Devon Bailey to the Saints. Actually, that's probably the one that is like the most interesting. Trying to think of what I want to do here. So we took Genty. I don't like anything here. One of these picks is going to be Trevion Henderson for sure. And then I'm just going to take George Pickens. I mean, 401 George Pickens feels steep as hell. But all right. I don't know. I didn't like anything there. I debated Jalen Hurts. But I didn't really like waiting until round 5 to take wide receiver 2. I'm Kenneth Walker. All right, so we talked about this yesterday, and I want to keep defending myself on Henderson, but the reason I've been taking Henderson is because I just don't have enough on Underdog. That's what it just comes down to. So anytime that I'm taking Henderson in the 4th, I'm taking Henderson. It's kind of what it comes down to. Not a huge Devontae Adams fan. I think he's fine. But I think it's just kind of, I don't know. There's a very flat tier. Again, you could have talked me into Hurts, but because we went Genty here up top, I know at this 5-6 turn, wide receiver is going to get pretty yucky. I don't know. If I could have that pick back now that I think about it, maybe Hurts would have been okay. Yeah, Tet's hamstring's a little spooky, but I still am like fine with him. I just know I don't have a lot of Pickens, and I've been wanting to take him more. That's kind of like at this, like the 3-4 turn is really just get your guy season. And these are just two guys I don't have enough of, is kind of what it comes down to. I know that that's like a lame thing to say because a lot of you guys are coming in here and you want to see like who I would draft in the perfect case scenario. But we are at the point in the offseason where I'm just trying to get some last second exposure to guys that I figured out I wasn't drafting enough of. Do you think we could see a Gibbs Monty deal with Walker and Sharp in Seattle? Maybe. I think the Sharp stuff's a little overblown, but I also think Charbonnet is a great pick in his own right. I'm just not really moving down Walker for any of this buzz. I feel if you need a receiver in the fourth, Devontae's got to be the guy. I guess. I think Devontae's okay. I think all of these guys are in the same tier for me. Like, it's just a really flat tier from Wilson, Pickens, JSN, Evans, JMO, like... all these guys are in the same tier for me. I think in my rankings I have Devontae ahead of Pickens. I just wanted Pickens. Maybe we can set up Dak later or whatever. I should start breaking ties to Week 17 schedule. This is probably going to be like the least I've ever cared about Week 17 schedules in my underdog career, just because I just can't be bothered to learn it every year, but I understand why it's important to do so. Like, maybe I should have broken that tier, you know, so what we have Vegas, Jaguars, Patriots. That could have steered me into Giants, Colts, Jets. So I could have gone Garrett Wilson to Henderson because of that Week 17 matchup. That would have made more sense, but it's whatever. At what point do you start out of Wilson, Egbuka, Tet, and Pickens Week 1? At this point, I don't know. I got to be honest. All right. So that's how we know we're pretty deep into August here, as I'm getting Week 1 questions. I got to be honest with you, man. Until I sit down to do Week 1 projections and rankings, wow, 507 Egbuka. God damn. Until I sit down to do Week 1 rankings and projections, what's that going to be like? Tuesday, September 2nd. Until then, I got nothing for you on Week 1. Any Dynasty content coming out soon? Probably not until the season starts. Definitely hurts. Love the Pickens pick just a little early. Yeah. But I'm telling you, like, in these rooms, man, where, like, Egbuka's going in the 5th round, that's why I just felt like I wanted to get a receiver in. Yeah, we're getting 5th round Pearsall here. Yeah, this is going to sting that we're going to have Devontae Smith come back to us. We could have easily done Jalen Hurts to Devontae. But we're going to take Travis Hunter. We will then just take Devontae Smith over... we have the double Jacksonville stack. That's fun. And then we're going to take Devontae Smith over Rashee Rice. I think that's a fun start. Again, looking back, maybe instead of Pickens, we go Jalen Hurts. And I probably like this team better, but you live and you learn. And again, I'm trying to get more Pickens, and we kind of set ourselves up for some nice stacks later, so... Can any team survive a draft of both an elite tight end and quarterback? Yeah, I think any team can survive anything. Honestly, just the lesson learned from the RT Sports draft we did where I took Bowers and then Jaden Daniels. I just really didn't like how the team looked. Even in a running back heavy league like that where I thought I'd get wide receiver later. Anything deeper than 2 wide receiver, 2 flex, I would stay away from going both. If it's 2 wide receiver, 1 flex, you can do it. Or if it's like 10-teamer or 8-teamer, you can do it. Because at that point, it's just much more top-heavy. How much poker do I play? Only with my buddies, but I do love poker. I would love, eventually, I think it would be fun to set up with like Pete Overzet or something, but like a poker night in the fantasy community would be fun as like a stream. But I don't know how you would go about doing it without the chat leaking things. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I don't play enough to say that I'm good at poker or anything, but the rare occasion where my buddies want to play, I'm always down. Like during COVID, we used to do like online games, which were fun. Am I getting killed for drafting too many rookies right now? Yeah, no, that 5-6 turn is about as good as that gets. Knowing that we were going to get Hunter and Devontae, I would have gone Hurts every time. Yeah, that's probably fair. Yeah, what's that? This guy, the guy who took Hurts, has 4 running backs through 6. More of a Magic the Gathering guy? Come on. Don't do me like that. Thinking in bets, it's actually funny you bring that up because my buddy gifted me that book and I never read it. And I feel bad about it. He's a good dude. Why did you take the RB in the Pats offense over the Bills offense? Because I think Henderson's a better player, and I also just don't have enough Henderson right now. I'm trying to draft more of him. Remember, I'm drafting hundreds of teams. Who's watching the stream? Is the basement still flooded? No, not anymore, thank God. All right, we got to look alive at this turn here. Oh, I wanted Aaron Jones. I think we go Jalen Warren as one of these picks. And then I'm reaching on Tyler Warren. I just am. None of the fun tight ends are going to come back to us. Warren just keeps getting a ton of buzz. The 7-8 turn always sucks at the 12 spot. You could have talked me into another receiver, but I don't know. I feel like receiver is pretty strong for us right now. We go with the double Warren at 7-8. What do you guys think of that? Wanted Aaron Jones bad there, I'll be honest. Incoming Reed. Yeah, I thought about Jaden Reed heavy, but I've taken a lot of him. I like, between the two, I like Jalen Warren over Tracy. You guys, I mean, I keep talking about him, but you guys keep killing me on the Scatabo stuff, but Scatabo returned to practice yesterday, and I just think that he's straight up better than Tracy. Reed over Golden, not for me. But I still think Reed is great. Yeah, in a perfect world, the way that I would fix this draft is I go Jalen Hurts over Pickens, we stack Devontae, and then this is Jalen Warren to Jaden Reed here. And then we have 4 receivers, but it's just kind of hindsight. I think we'll still land this plane. Team of Seat, appreciate it. I'm not avoiding Tracy per se. I'm mixing him in kind of and just getting him where he fits in. 810 JCM, huh? See, at these prices, I'm kind of out. I'll be honest, fellas. In the ranks, I got him like much. Like I got him in like probably this area, like the 9-10 turn is where I got him. Did I watch the Flock League draft? I did. What do you think of that idiot taking Judkins in the 5th? Not something I would do or recommend doing, but sometimes you got to just tip your cap. Sometimes you got to tip your cap. That's all I can really say to that. Still like the team a lot? Yeah, me too. It's just like, come on, this guy takes Dak. You better have CD. Oh, my God. I hate this, man. Oh, my God, dude. It's just like, I don't know. It's kind of just what happens in August, and I hate bitching about when people just take quarterbacks unstacked like that, but that's very annoying. Whatever. It's all good. All good. Did not want him anyways. And Colston Loveland goes anyways. So that's nice. That kind of reaffirms our Tyler Warren pick there. I think we actually played this okay. Now that I kind of think through what we're going to do here at this turn. Wow, it's good. Please take Jaden Higgins away from me. Please, take him. Take him. You take Luther Bird in there? Never mind. Don't take Jaden Higgins away from me. This is what we're going to do. We're going to take Jaden Higgins. And then we are going to take Drake May. My bad. I don't know why I was saying that. That was dumb of me. Okay, so I think that we've kind of saved this a little bit now. I think that we've kind of saved this. Not saved it. It was never in doubt, but that Jaden Higgins value is nuts. We got him at pick 108. What's his ADP? 89.9. That's pretty sweet. Then we get Drake May to Henderson. We can kind of, we can figure it out later if we want to get some of those other pass catchers. I like where we're at. This is a fun team. I don't know why I was telling him to draft Higgins. That's my bad, fellas. I just wasn't really thinking there. Like and subscribe. Yeah, like and subscribe, man. Why not? JC, I'm sure doesn't go over Judkins. I mean, he went there. Doing the 4 spots, doing a round draft. Gibbs, Brown, Lamar. Yeah, this is you're right. Outside of Diggs, yeah. I hope you guys can hear Winnie is making herself at home over there, is what I'll say. Igbuka middle of the 5th is an overpay. I don't know. I'm inclined to. I love Igbuka so much I can't really call him an overpay anywhere, but 5th is definitely rich. I'm not doing him over Hunter or Devontae, but I think it's okay. Just that the days of like Igbuka being like a huge value, it's all over. It's all over. In home leagues for JCM, he actually just moved up. I think we're gonna do a video here soon, kind of do like an updated, because you guys love when I talk about the best values and worst values on the home league sites. We'll do like an updated one this weekend. Because ESPN's been kind of moving. ESPN now has Trevion Henderson at the 44, and then also they moved up JCM to the 120. So home league sites are getting hip to it. But yeah, JCM for me is like a 10th rounder. Why May over Knicks? Because I just don't think the gap is that. I think all of those quarterbacks project very similarly. I really don't know why the market is like so sold that it's like Baker, Kyler, Knicks, and then like a tier break to the rest. To me, I have Baker, Kyler, Knicks, Purdy, Prescott, May, Justin Fields, like all in the same tier. And we had Drake May to Henderson. I'm much more concerned about the stack, especially in this format in best ball. 12-team Superflex. You keep Bowers for $12 or Brian Thomas Jr. for $19? Probably Bowers for 12 and then just not care about tight end. Hey, hell yeah. Been following for 2 years, been on the Patreon for 1. I've won 3 chips in that span. Hell yeah, dude. Love to see it. Because Sean Payton's old. Real ones know that. Yeah, ESPN's actually staying much more on top of things than like Yahoo and Sleeper right now, which is really surprising. How you liking the 12 pick? I fucking hate it, man. I hate it, but we just keep getting dealt this hand. All right, we got to look alive here. All right, so for sure, Trevor Lawrence. And then when's our next pick? Pick 156. My backup plan is Scatabo, but I'm curious if there's any receivers that I'm forgetting about. No, we're going to go Scatabo. I love Scatabo, man. People kill me for having him on today's video. I don't know what it is about Scatabo that people are like so certain he's not good. But on the other hand, I really think that he's a league winner. I do. How do I feel about 0 RB with the rookie running backs this year? I'm not a huge fan of 0 RB in home leagues. I think really the only setup I would entertain 0 RB is like NFC, where if you guys saw, I did that draft 2 days ago. That was the one where I took T. Higgins at wide receiver 1, and they are that I would only do it if it's a full PPR 3 wide receiver 1 flex league, and it's a sharp league at that, because sometimes you're just going to get a lot of really good running back values even in home leagues. Like if I'm on the clock in the 4th round and like Henderson comes to me or Kenneth Walker comes to me, I'm just taking them. Look at this guy. Dude, you're terrible. I'd love to see your cumulative lifetime record. Look at this, man. How about you just bend down on one knee and do this for me? How about you just do this? How about you just kiss my ring, man? You got one of these? What about that? See that right there? How about you just kiss this little ring right here? What do you think about that? What do you think about that? I don't know. It's all good. You're entitled to your own opinion. I implore you to grab a microphone, make videos, document your record. Look at my diamonds dancing on that ring. B-Rob to the Bears would feed families? I don't know about that. No, you don't bank on anything with Brian Robinson. What does S tier mean? I don't know. It's just kind of just kind of means really good. Goated. Jackson, good trade value now? What do you mean by that? What's that underdog ring from? That's from me winning an underdog contest back when they used to give out rings when you would win. Which was a really special time, to be honest. Authentic aluminum, baby. All right, let's see. Let's see what's coming back around to us here. Don't snipe me, bud. I do not have a backup plan. All right, perfect. We are going to go to Mario Douglas. And then we are going to go Hunter Henry. And then we are going to spend the rest of this gap between our picks here debating if I need 3 quarterbacks or 3 tight ends. What do you guys think? Here's the squad right now. Apparently, Strohchild is convinced that this team is dead. But we have Drake May, Trevor Lawrence, Ashton Genty, Trevion Henderson, Jalen Warren, Cam Scatabo, Brian Thomas, George Pickens, Travis Hunter, Devontae Smith, Jaden Higgins, Demario Douglas, Tyler Warren, Hunter Henry. How do we land this plane? We got to think through, do we want 3 quarterbacks? Do we want 3 tight ends? Do we want 5 or 6 running backs? Our wide receiver room's pretty solid. You could honestly sell me at like 6 to 7 wide receivers. We got to really focus on how we want to land this plane. Does a 3rd quarterback even really make sense? Not really. You could talk me into an Indy quarterback to stack to Warren, but I'm not really into it. We could even go something fun like a 3-6-7-3. Or no, 3-5-7-3. Yeah, so tight end's wiped out. Yeah, so we're done. We're probably done at tight end is really what it comes down to. Should we just go 3 of both? Honestly, taking Warren at 8, we're kind of betting on him to be good. We're cutting it thin on the onesies, though. Is Richardson still not a valuable pick? I mean, not a valuable pick, obviously, but like... QBs are brutal at this point, though. I don't mean to be silent. I'm just trying to figure out how we're going to land this plane here. I think I want Mason Taylor regardless. And then we're going to go Giddens. Yeah, Jalen Wright was probably a good pick there too. I don't know. You could kind of talk me into a 3rd quarterback on the way back, but I don't know. I have a tough time with Daniel Jones because I do think, like, call me crazy, but I still do think, like, I don't know. We're playing for the money weeks. I think that he could get benched later. I don't know. We kind of took two. Like, what do you guys think now? Yeah, that was my thoughts. Is week 17 correlation. I like Mason Taylor late. DJ Giddens also gives us. We're now exposed to like Giddens and Tyler Warren on the other side of this Jaguars game. We're really thinking 40 chess here. What do you guys think we could be done at running back? Genty, Henderson, Warren, Scatterbo, Giddens. Like, we could take a third quarterback and then another receiver, or we could take a third quarterback and another running back, or we could take just a running back and a receiver. What do we want? What do we want? We're going. So right now we're at 2.563. We can go 3.663, 3.573, or 2.673. Those are kind of our options. People are saying we could be good on running back. We'll see what quarterbacks come back. What quarterbacks are even worth it if they come back? These are the only ones that get any kind of correlation for us. 2 more receivers. I think we for sure go 1 more receiver. LBJ saying QB and running back. That's why I'm thinking like 3.663 could even work here. Like this receiver room, we're going to start 3 every week between Brian Thomas, Pickens, Hunter, Devontae Smith. That's a great 3 to have. Like 3 of these 4. The issue I have with Dimes, I just don't like. I don't know if he's going to be playing in week 17. That's my biggest concern with him. You could sell me on Dart. I don't hate Dart. I'm going to take 80 Mitchell. And then we're taking a quarterback is what I've decided. No, I'm taking right. We're just gonna roll with our 2 quarterbacks. We're just gonna roll with our 2 quarterbacks is what I decided. This team rides and dies with people wanted Dart there. Jalen Wright in the 18th round I just couldn't pass on. So we went 2.673, and honestly, like I said, the way this team is built, man, like if Lawrence and May aren't sick, right? When we talk about like in terms of the stacking here, like we have Lawrence to Brian Thomas and Hunter. Like if Lawrence sucks, this team is fucked. I don't want to eat Dart zeros. And then with May, we have him stacked to Henderson, Henry, Demario Douglas. So like this team rides on these 2 quarterbacks anyways is kind of my thought there. You could have sold me on Dart, but like Dart's tough for me without any of his receivers. I know we had Scatabo, but that's where we're at. All right, let's do one more. How many we got in here? 648 in here. Leave a like. Subscribe if you're new. Please. I swear to God, man. I swear to God. All right, we're doing one more. If this is... I'm not even going to say it out loud. Leave a like. Subscribe if you're new. Use promo code RON to draft with us every single night on Underdog. I have links in the description, comment section, pinned in the live chat. When you use $5 on the app, they will give you $50 in bonus funds with promo code RON. On top of that, if you are drafting, I know that this is a very busy weekend for drafts. Use my rankings over on the Patreon, patreon.com/Ron Stewart. You have my top 200, my rankings, my tiers, my cheat sheet, my targets, my fades. All that good stuff is there, and it's what I use in all of my drafts personally. Here we go. We are entering right now. Please. Okay, there we go. There we go. All right, 7 spot. We'll take it. All day we'll take that. All right. I thought it was like I thought this was on some like Mob of the Dead shit. If you guys have ever played, I'm trying to think of like what a better example that is, but Mob of the Dead from, this is a weird reference, but like Mob of the Dead Call of Duty where they're just like stuck, you know, where I'm just like stuck in the same loop of doing the same thing over and over again. But here we are. We're out. Hey, yo. Hey, yo. I like the back end so much more. I'm not saying that about Sydney Sweeney is what I'll say. South Park's about to be on. What the hell? Thank you to be starting by November. Nah, Basil Tootin. Robin Lifton, thank you for noticing. Thank you. Yeah, Snapcap is it's holding on for dear life, man. Just everybody chill out. Just everybody chill out. I got a big ass head, man. I got a big ass head, but I don't think I can get away with wearing it forward. This hat's like too big. I think I look like a dumbass like this. Yeah, I don't know. I think I look like a dumbass. I don't know. My hair's all over the place right now. I'm in the middle of growing out my hair. Just everybody please just bear with me. Just bear with me by like, give me till like October, November. I'm going to have some nice little flow. Nothing crazy. Just nice little flow. I've been wanting to grow it out a little bit. Yeah, Groundhog's Day is a much better, No, it's a good analogy. It's a good analogy. They were stuck out there. Exactly. They were stuck in purgatory. Come on. First time chatter, what's up? What's up? We got David Freeze in here. Whoa, 105 Brian Thomas. Just let your nuts hang, buddy. God. Let him hang then. And then there goes Saquon. We will just take our 107 Jefferson, which feels pretty crazy. And we'll just keep it rolling. It looks dumb because it's a devil's hat. Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I try my hardest to find a hat that looks good, but it's tough. It's tough. Oh, good point. Good point. We got to be up really, really soon on one of these. Nope. Yeah, 10:35. Everybody just look away. Look away. Jaden Daniels. We'll be going with Gino. And then we'll buy ourselves some time. Everyone just chill. Everyone just chill out. Everyone just chill out, please. Yeah, the late round Broncos guys, I haven't talked about the Broncos guys at all on this stream because of, I don't know, I just haven't really gotten around to it. But Devon Bailey gets traded to the Saints. Doesn't do anything for the Saints guys like Olave and Shaheed, but it does free up some routes for Pat Bryant, Troy Franklin, Marvin Mims, who all get bumps. Which we did just get Marvin Mims in the 12th round of a high-stakes draft the other night. I think my fitted size is somewhere around there. The issue is I feel like I look like a goof with fitted. All right, what do we got here? Achan comes back to us. Yes, please. This has to be pretty rare, huh? A Justin Jefferson, Devon Achan start. Still running the basement redraft league? Yes, sir. Jimmy Garoppolo, what's up? What's up? We'll definitely be running that on the Patreon. I'll put something out probably late next week to start that up. He goes Brian Thomas, Josh Jacobs. All right. This is a $25 Best Ball Mania draft. Shout out the chat. Yeah, that was pretty sweet. I mean, it's like very inconsequential, but the Jets' interior defensive line was really bad. And instead, we draft Arian Smith over good interior defensive linemen. But today was good. Like, Harrison Phillips is nice. The guy from the Browns is nice. It's just like some rotational guys. Not worried about the calf. Not at the 206, no. You think it was Liam? Yeah, Liam's always scooping that up. Let's see what comes back around for us. We got a running back. We got a receiver. Hell yeah. All right, I wanted Lamar. Fun team. Fun team. Who wins the draft? The best team overall in theory or what? That's a funny question. Are you like asking how best ball works? It's just it sets the best lineup for you every week. Weeks 1 through 14, cumulative scoring. Wow. Wow. Any questions, any suggestions on how to start fantasy football? The company I'm starting with invited me to join because they needed one more, but I have no experience in fantasy football or NFL in general. Wow. This is what it's all about. Welcome, brother. How'd you even find this channel? Welcome. If you go to my channel and you subscribe and you go to the homepage, it'll recommend the top video. I have the number one draft strategy video. It's what I named it. That's like what's on the thumbnail. It says the number one draft strategy. Everyone has this video on their own channel, but for me, that kind of lays out how I'm looking to draft. My personal draft guide that I sell on the Patreon, patreon.com/Ron Stewart, is $10. I would recommend it. It's my top 200 rankings that I use in my own drafts, and you can just draft off of it. You can watch 1 or 2 strategy videos. And then, yeah, you're pretty much locked in. I will say that is something that I do feel bad about, is I don't have many, just getting started style videos, but you kind of just have to jump in. Wow, Daniels and Hurts. What a weird thing to do there. There goes Mike Evans. And as you guys know, anytime I can get Trevion Henderson in the 4th round, I will be doing it. So there we go. Going to be kind of a hero wide receiver build here. Run how many won last year, my first ever fantasy football league? Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. I appreciate this is what it's all about, dude. This is what it's all about. I'm happy you found us, man. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Welcome, dude. Welcome to the channel. That's sick. You said he's all grown up. Yeah, welcome. That's crazy that you could just search fantasy football and I'm one of the first guys that pop up. I assume YouTube's been pushing streams lately too. How spooked am I on Judkins? Pretty damn spooked, man. The guy, I don't know. I'm trying not to take him really at all. I already had my bags packed earlier in the year. But dude, he hasn't even signed his contract and it's August 20th. You know what I mean? You had to guess the percentage Brian Robinson gets traded by start of the season. I don't know about traded, but I would say that he's probably like 70% to just not be on Washington, whether that's trade or cut. You've been watching the VODs, had to jump into a live and say you've been drafting baller teams in sweaty rooms. Hell yeah, thank you, man. Thank you. People have been killing them recently, but I appreciate that. Thoughts on DJ Moore? Not a huge fan. I'm just taking the other Bears receivers later is kind of what it comes down to for me. Look at that 101 stack. Yeah, Burrow to Chase. Burrow T Chase. Are we sure Henderson signed? I'm pretty sure. I think so. I'd say 100% he signed. Oh, get out of here with the Flowers pick. Damn. Okay. Okay. It's okay. Yeah, just give me Travis Hunter. It is pretty crazy, like, I think Jacob Sanderson had a good tweet about it. Essentially just saying, like, Travis Hunter, we got news today that he's going to play full-time on offense out the gate and then sparingly on defense, which is a huge, huge deal. But he had a really good point that, like, Hunter could crush in preseason and he could get all the great reports in the world, but he's not going to move up in ADP because everyone's kind of already decided. If you're not into Hunter, there's nothing that's going to convince you to come off of him. And if you're into Hunter, there's nothing that's going to convince you to come off of that stance either. So he's just going to sit right here. You're getting me a Travis Hunter jersey if you get a BBM team in the semis? Hell yeah. I think I have one. This is a $25 Best Ball Mania draft. Yeah, of course the Brian Thomas team dices me up there. How do I rank Zay? Pretty highly. I don't know if that's what you were looking for, but... About Nick Chubb, I think he's a fine flyer. Yeah, honestly, it's not even the NFL's investigation. It's a little bit the NFL's investigation, but it's also the second round picks this year had like some really weird stuff happen, where they all kind of like held out. I'm trying to think of how to word this. It's not even so much that they all held out, but there was just weird stuff with the guarantees. With the second round picks. I wish I had more on it, but like essentially how it happened is like the first domino that fell is I believe Jaden Higgins for the Texans got his rookie deal fully guaranteed. And then after that happened, all the rest of the second round picks wanted the same thing. And then there was like this phenomenon essentially for like a month or two of like all the second round picks weren't signed because Higgins set this new precedent with the contract. So I believe that's what's also holding up the Judkins thing. Is like the second round contracts this year were a little bit weird because of the Higgins precedent that he sent. And then, of course, the Browns don't want to give in and give him what Higgins got in terms of fully guaranteed before the NFL is done with their investigation. Also because, like, look, I kind of think, and now this is me talking on my ass, because I obviously don't know the situation 100%, but if I'm Judkins, and I got any kind of case going on, and I'm looking at any kind of suspension, and I can get like 90%, 95% of this contract, right? I'm sure like most rookie deals are guaranteed. They're just not going to be fully guaranteed. If I'm Judkins, I'm signing ASAP. Unless the holdup is that like it would get voided if he got suspended, but I don't think it would. I don't think that that's really what's going on here. So I don't know. Again, I don't really know. I don't know what I'm talking about, but that's where I'm at. How long is it before Ibuka goes over Hunter every time? I don't think that'll happen. Did you watch the Fog League draft? Yes, sir. Thought it was great. This guy takes Andrews at pick 77? I mean, you're trolling. You're trolling. All right, I don't even take Stephon Diggs like that, but I'll take him here. I mean, that's just insane. Oh, my God. You know what, man? Hash Browns, if you're in the chat right now, I was going to flip you off, but I couldn't do it. That's a fantastic bit, man. I don't know if you guys thought that was funny, but JCM go at 701? God. Yeah, I can't do that. Dude, how does he take Andrews and Flowers? All right, whatever. Naked Lamar is how I like Lamar. Yeah, exactly. If you know you're gonna take Flowers and Andrews like that, why even take Marv? I feel like he's got to just be trolling. Yo, why you guys hit me with AO? What I say? What did I say? Oh, Naked Lamar? Yo, chill. Everyone chill. Please, everyone chill. All right, we got to look alive here. God, I can't believe that. There goes Godwin. And he takes Jaden Reed. Nice. I love an auto pick into Jaden Reed. That's always fun. Let's do this. I guess we'll just go Tyrone Tracy. I don't know. I don't like any of the receivers here. So you know what? We'll take Pittman. And we'll sell ourselves on Daniel Jones upgrading these Colts receivers. I don't know. That was a weird spot to take anybody, really. Spoke too soon on this being my best draft yet. Who'd you want there? I was debating Tyrone Tracy. That was the one that it was going to be Tyrone Tracy or Pittman there, but I don't know. This receiver room feels a little weak. We have Jefferson up top, but the rest is getting pretty thin. If I played Madden 26, I have not. I got to be honest, dude. In August, man, I have not touched a Xbox controller. People wanted Tracy. That's fair. Oh, good point with Hawk, yeah. Good point with Hawk. Wasn't even thinking about that. I'm not a big Hawkinson guy, but you're right. That there would have made sense. Yeah, exactly. Because I think Golden will be a slow starter. I think Diggs will be a little bit of a slow starter with the ACL. I think Pittman's kind of a good pick now with the Daniel Jones stuff, but I don't know. We already took 2 running backs up top. I don't know. We'll see how this shakes out. But yeah, see now, like, wide receiver is wiped out. We're talking Darnell Mooney, Rashid Shaheed, Luther Burden. I have one guy I want, and if he goes, I'm going to kind of be panicking. Actually, I have a backup plan, I guess. Guy takes unstacked bake. This guy, Hash Browns, is off his ass. We're taking my boy Robbie Chosen nowhere. All right, we're going to take Travis Etienne. That's what I wanted. Let's take Etienne. Etienne in the 9th round, I'm more than fine with. I've been sprinkling him in. So I don't know. That's 2v2. Like, would you have rather Tracy there? I think if I could have this pick back, I would maybe go Hawk, but I don't know. Wide receiver got pretty rough there. Pittman, Shakir, Higgins, Kupp. Couldn't even, God, can't even get the, like, why? What's going on in this draft where, like, Ravens are going so high? I get this guy needed a receiver, so I guess that makes sense, but it's just like, damn. I don't know what the hell I'm going to do. What was the backup choice? Kelsey. Backup choice was Kelsey. Man, okay. So there's just no, like, this room is just making sure I cannot stack Lamar in any fashion. No Bateman. No Flowers. No Andrews. Here's the draft so far. Jefferson, Achane, Lamar, Henderson, Hunter, Golden, Diggs, Pittman, Travis Etienne. I like the start so far. You could have talked me into Hawkinson, but I wouldn't like our receivers right now. But if Burden comes back, then I would be mad. Because then I probably would have done like Hawk, ETN, Burden, and felt pretty good about that start. And then could have gone, you know. Yeah, we got 8 minutes in this slow draft. Is there anything obvious we can just do real quick? No, we'll figure this out in a second. My bad for not getting those figured out earlier. I'll get to the super chat in a second, Isaac. I should draft with an alias. That is sort of true. What are my thoughts on Ryan Heath's Anatomy of a League Winner article suggesting elite tight end isn't the play? I think it's an amazing article, and I certainly get where he's coming from. I also just think every year is its own thing. And I have a hard time. There goes Fields. I'm just going to take Drake May. I was debating pushing it to try and get J.J. McCarthy later. But I'd rather not play that game. My 2 thoughts there was either May or Tucker Kraft. So I think Kraft, Green Bay on the other side of the Ravens game is interesting. But there we get May. We're done at quarterback. We'll have May to Diggs to Henderson. Yeah, I wish I went Kraft, but it's all good. I mean, it's a super flex. It's a best ball. Superflex Dynasty Leagues. Who's your top 3? Allen, Daniels, Lamar. Isaac here. Man, when you guys send the rate my team stuff, I would love like this many receivers, this many tight ends. I don't really know what I'm looking at. Give me a second. I don't want to take Judkins, man. You guys gonna make me take Judkins? Yeah, no. I kind of wish I went Kraft because we would have had both McCarthy and Lawrence here. Now the tight ends suck. But we're gonna take Judkins. I think he just makes sense on this team. But I'm also fine just completely punting off tight end. Like we can take Isaiah Likely, we can take Hunter Henry. We can just stick a third guy in there and feel fine about it. All right, what's going on here? Chase, Bowers, Allen, Connor, Swift, Jameson Williams. Feels really weak at wide receiver would be my thing there. I feel like you probably overdid it on running back there. Like once I have Chase, this is what I hate is like after the fact. Like if I don't like the team, I don't know what to say, man. Yeah. I wouldn't go both elite quarterback and elite tight end like Bowers and Allen. Kraft, Swift. But I guess you got some receiver value with Jameson Williams, Waddle, Tedero, McMillan, Debo. I guess I just don't know what the Spears, Garendo, Marks picks do for you, but I think it's okay. All right, we are up here. Damn it, dude. Of course, McCarthy and Lawrence are still out there, so we should have taken them earlier. Should I just take... What stacks we have? We have Baltimore, New England. So he goes Trey Benson. We might just take an unstacked Jake Ferguson. I don't like it that much, but kind of just need a tight end anyways. And nothing else on the board really sticks out to me. So yeah, we'll just take Jake Ferguson. Why not? Just take a tight end here. Connor, Mixon, Scatabo. Yeah, just give me a running back here. Probably, let's just go with a banged up Spears. Why not? 8 minutes left on this one. We got no quarterback. No quarterback. Nothing really to stack any of them to either, but we're probably just going to go with Stroud. We at least have Mixon there. All right, and then we should be good. We should be good till the rest of this stream, I think. But yeah, this isn't my favorite team. Like I said, I wish there's a couple of spots that I wish I went elsewhere. Like I think instead of May here, we could have gone Kraft. I think I would have gone Kraft over May, Judkins, and of course Lawrence or McCarthy at this pick. But I think we're okay. I don't know. It's always tough. Like, that's just kind of the nature of drafting is that in hindsight, you know, it's always 50-50, but... Or 2020, I'm an idiot, and it's late. Forgive me. 499, 6 pick, and a 10-man startup. Nico, Puka, or Neighbors. I would rank them Neighbors, Puka, Nico. Y'all think Ron hate? I don't... hate Nico at the 101. I cannot do that. You're looking for the fat stacks in best ball? Preferably. May will be top 8. That's what I'm betting on here. But I'm also, like, to be honest with you guys, I'm just trying to get more Drake May in general. I don't have enough, I don't have enough Patriots right now. I don't want to expose my exposures, but My Patriots exposure is not great. What pick is this? 150? All right, this is where we take Hunter Henry. In Dynasty. Like, that was a Dynasty question, right? Or, like, yeah, Keeper / Dynasty. I'll take Neighbors over Nico in Dynasty is what that is. Yeah, the issue is, like, I don't have enough of him is really what the issue is. And that's what you guys are kind of seeing is that I've looked over my exposures and I'm like, man, I don't have enough of that guy. And May is one of them because I don't have a lot of Stephon Diggs. So I just find myself not taking a lot of him. Like, I think my Patriots, like, this is going to be bad. I'm going to show my Patriots exposures, and I'm going to be pretty upset about it. Yeah, I mean, 15% Kyle Williams, 11%. Okay, so actually, never mind. I have more than enough Drake May. And we're starting to climb up. You guys have saw it. Trevon Henderson was at, like, 5.4% the other day. We're climbing up, 7.6% now. Okay, this is what I'm looking for. This is what I'm looking for. That's fine by me. Hindsight is 50-50. So, dude, sometimes I just be talking, man. I don't know how else to tell you guys that. Yeah, the Neighbors injury, what it does for me is it just breaks ties down to putting him to the bottom of his tier. So I even have, like, Brian Thomas Jr. ahead of him. Your team 3? I was about to say, if you were the guy taking the Ravens, I was going to be pissed. All right, and then we take Isaiah Likely. And now we're good to go at tight end. Now we're good to go. Just like that. Just like that. Good to go. All right, so this is going to be a 2-6-7-3 team. That's what I'm thinking. I think we're actually going to land this plane pretty nicely. Pretty nicely. Yeah, not a lot of digs. Having trouble figuring out what to do after the first round from the 2. What should my strat be? I like Jahmyr Gibbs and then hoping for Lad McConkey, A.J. Brown to come back to you. You could also do, like, Gibbs and then, like, Bucky or Chase Brown and kind of do a double. I'm mostly doing Gibbs there, but if you don't like how your teams end up at wide receiver, you can always go CeeDee Lamb. And then just go, Chase Brown, Bucky, Jacobs, JT. Like, it definitely feels comfier to go Lamb, but I also fear that, like, what if Gibbs is just the RB1 overall and you pass on him because, like, it doesn't feel as nice, I feel about Tyler Warren. I wasn't all that into him early on, but now that, like, Daniel Jones is the guy and Warren has been a guy who's gotten so much heavy usage in preseason, which, say what you want about preseason, but it has been a huge indicator for rookies recently, that I think that he's just somebody you have to just be in on. Like, after Laporta, I think that he has the case to be the next tight end off the board. No, I'm more than fine with my Diggs exposure, I'll be honest with you, man. I don't know, when you're drafting hundreds of teams, and then you, like, sometimes I don't even consciously fade or, like, the only reason I don't have more Henderson is because I had Harvey and Henderson ranked back-to-back, and just over and over again was taking Harvey. And the thing is, when you have players back-to-back, it's not even necessarily a fade. It's really just that, like, a player has to get ranked at a certain point in your rankings. I know that that's, like, a weird thing to say out loud there. I mean, Nick Chubb, I guess. I'm not crazy about Chubb, but I've been mixing him in. Shit, that's not who I should have taken there. Yeah, that's not at all who I should have taken there, but that's fine. We shall see who comes back. I was focusing too much on the chat, to be honest, but it's all right. Get an injury make you want to fade him or not? No, not really. I've just kind of lowered him in the rankings accordingly. I have him as like an early second. If I go double running back, I'm not taking a quarterback. I'm probably just going receiver. If I go Jamar 101, can I go Chase Brown at the 2-3 turn? No, you can. You can. I think that's one of the few offenses that you can do that with. We got Nigel in here. What's up? Thoughts on Io Manor? I think he's like a fine flyer. How do you want Mixon's ADP? I've been staying away. His injury is pretty brutal. What's it gonna be? AD Mitchell. All right, we are going to go Keaton Mitchell. This is why I should have taken out the last pick, to be honest. I think he makes a lot of sense. But if Keaton Mitchell went, you could have also talked me into Justice Hill. I don't know if... I assume Justice Hill is still out there, yeah. All right, and then these final two picks just got to be receiver. I think this is a really fun team, I'll be honest with you guys. You said we all know Saquon's going to break his own record. Well, if he does, I got a Saquon team this year. I'm not fading Saquon this year, I'll say that much. I'm a little light on Henry. I'm not fully fading Henry, but it's pretty fun with Henry that, like, I don't know, you can say whatever you want, but in full PPR, he really can't hurt me that bad. I know that's like a pretty conceited thing to say, but there's literally not an outcome where he's the RB1 overall in fantasy. But still, I'm mixed. Like in half PPR, I've been mixing him in underdog and stuff, but in full PPR, he just almost never comes to where I want him. I've been in spots where I've almost taken him, but in terms of like these high stakes redraft teams, I'd love to get like one Henry team. We'll see if we can get a price I like. Is it bullish for the rookie wide receiver in terms of Keenan Allen? Not really. Yeah, even in a keep a player for 2 years thing, I think Neighbors for sure over the receivers you talked about. But give me DeAndre Hopkins on this fucking team. All right. All right, so we have, in terms of our quarterbacks here, we have May, New England to Jets, and then Lamar is Baltimore to Packers. I'm just trying to figure out, we need to take one more receiver here. I forgot what I want to do. Do I have 65% rookies? I don't think so. I don't think I took too many rookies here. We took Kendo, Hunter, Golden, Judkins, and that's it. No, not taking Lazard. D-Hop might just like score like 9 touchdowns. I don't know that he like directly takes touchdowns away. He has upside to take touchdowns away, but I'm not too concerned. No 12 spot this time. Hell yeah. I actually have one guy I want. And if he goes, I'll be scrambling. How much money do you have total for buy-in fantasy this year? I don't know. I try not to track it. But I don't know. I'm just in a very unique position, man. Like this is my full-time job. It all funders falls under the umbrella of a business expense. And you guys, like, I don't have employees and stuff, you know what I mean? So I can justify a pretty heavy chunk of change playing fantasy football. And I do pride myself on being one of the few people out there that, like, not the few people, there's plenty of people out there I know, plenty of people are out here doing drafts, playing drafts, whatever, but what's going on? Why is this pick not coming in? We're going to go Jalen Coker here. He's just my favorite, like, 18th round pick. I think he's a no-brainer. But here's the final team. We have a 2-6-7-3. I think it's very well built. I think it's very fun. We went Lamar, Drake May, Devon Achane, Trevion Henderson, Travis Etienne, Quinshon Judkins, Nick Chubb, Keaton Mitchell, Justin Jefferson, Travis Hunter, Matthew Golden, Stephon Diggs, Michael Pittman, DeAndre Hopkins, Jalen Coker, Jake Ferguson, Hunter Henry, Isaiah Likely. I think it's a very fun, like, hero wide receiver style build. I think it's a very good-looking team. I appreciate you guys watching. As always, I will be back here tomorrow, same place, same time, drafting a team with you guys. As always, if you enjoyed and you want to hop in these drafts with us every single night, check out Underdog. Use promo code RON. They will match your first deposit up to $50 when you play $5. I screwed that up. When you play $5, they will give you $50 in bonus funds using promo code RON. I'll have links in the description, pinned in the live chat, pinned in the comment section, all of that good stuff. And of course, if you have a draft coming up, make sure you check out patreon.com/Ron Stewart. Get my top 200. Cheat sheet, targets, fades, target rounds, all of that good stuff and more. And if you haven't already, subscribe, leave a like, and I will see y'all in the next one.